Darkness, a soft hum of servers under the surface. A whisper, one line of code can change the world. In this video, we walk through the most mind-blowing cyber attacks ever recorded. These are real stories, verified by public reporting and official records. Stay with me. This is the modern battlefield. A graduate student releases a worm in November 1988. It spreads across networks like wildfire, crippling thousands of machines. Entire labs and university systems slow or stop. Researchers race to remove the infection and patch the damage. This early worm taught the world a harsh lesson about scale. According to historical BI summaries, it was the internet's first big wake-up call. A teenager hustles a radio station contest in 1990. He hijacks phone lines and blocks every incoming caller. When the station announces the winner, only his call goes through. He drives off with a Porsche while investigators puzzle over the method. The stunt exposes how fragile public systems can be to social engineering and clever hacks. In 1999, a new virus arrives by email. A Word document disguised as an innocent attachment spreads itself to dozens of contacts. Corporate mail servers choke as thousands of forwards cascade across networks. IT teams scramble to isolate infected machines and restore normal service. The creator is arrested, proving that email is now a weaponized attack vector. Federal reports later confirmed the scale and legal consequences. Then came the "I love you" worm in May 2000. A love letter attachment spreads to millions in hours and overwrites files. Governments and companies declare emergency responses. Estimates put damages in the billions and force countries to close legal loopholes. Major news outlets and security researchers document how a single file caused global chaos. A 15-year-old hacker breaches NASA and Department of Defense systems. He downloads sensitive software and forces shutdowns that support key operations. The case shocks the public and shows that youthful curiosity can become a national security problem. Educational and legal consequences follow, and the incident enters textbooks on cybersecurity. These early attacks share one lesson: small mistakes in code can multiply fast. Every connected system becomes a potential battlefield. Security moves from hobbyist concern to boardroom priority. Fast forward. Attacks get louder, costlier, and more professional. Actors shift from pranksters to organized criminal groups and nation-state teams. The stakes escalate. Money, politics, and critical infrastructure are now targets. In 2010, a worm called Stuxnet changes the game. It slips onto isolated industrial networks via removable media. Once inside, it manipulates programmable controllers and sabotages centrifuges. Nuclear enrichment machinery slows and fails, proving malware can cause physical damage. Technical analysis from major research groups traces Stuxnet's unprecedented sophistication. In 2014, a major film studio wakes to a complete collapse. Terabytes of confidential emails, unreleased movies, and payroll data are dumped online. A group calling itself Guardians of Peace claims responsibility and makes threats. The attack forces public debate about retaliation, free speech, and state-sponsored operations. Investigations and reporting link the intrusion to a politically motivated campaign. By the mid-2010s, data theft scales to staggering levels. Hotels, retailers, and service providers become treasure troves for thieves. One global hotel chain discovers a multi-year intrusion exposing roughly 500 million guest records. The breach becomes one of the largest consumer compromises in history. Security teams and regulators scramble to protect consumers and rethink corporate mergers. Banks are no longer only robbed over counters. In August 2018, a major regional bank in India is targeted on a quiet weekend. Attackers bypass the bank's core transaction system and exploit cloned cards. Cash withdrawals occur in dozens of countries while systems fail to block fraudulent debits. Tens of millions of rupees move overseas within days. Investigations lead to arrests and partial recoveries, but the case stands as a landmark financial cybercrime. Attackers also turn platforms into megaphones. High-profile social channels are hijacked to stream crypto scams and fake giveaways. Creators wake to find their channels repurposed for fraud and millions of subscribers redirected. These takeovers show how social media access can be weaponized as effectively as any exploit. Ransomware becomes a global business model in the 2010s. Hospitals, municipalities, and businesses face data locks and extortion demands. Critical services stall, patients are redirected, and elections face disruption threats. The human cost is immediate: delayed care, lost wages, and shattered trust. Supply chain attacks reveal new weakness. A trusted vendor's compromise can give attackers access to thousands of victims. Malicious updates and Trojanized software prove that trust in software distribution is fragile. Security teams begin to treat suppliers as the new front line. The lessons from these attacks are painful and simple. Patch your systems. Use strong authentication. Back up your data offline. Assume that anything connected to the internet can be compromised. When states go online, cyber operations change scale and intent. Espionage, sabotage, and political disruption move into the digital realm. Nations build cyber commands and rewrite doctrines. Teams of defenders and investigators worldwide coordinate responses. History shows progress is possible. Defenders dismantle operations, recover funds, and bring criminals to justice. International cooperation turns takedowns into deterrence. But attackers adapt, and new tools appear faster than policies sometimes change. So what can you do today? Use unique passwords and a reputable password manager. Enable two-factor authentication on every account that supports it. Be skeptical of unexpected attachments and links. Keep offline backups and install updates promptly. Human error and weak systems still create the openings attackers need. Education, vigilance, and layered defenses reduce risk and protect the people who can't protect themselves. These stories map how cyber threats matured, from curious experiments to global campaigns. From the first worms that broke networks to political and financial attacks that reshaped industries, each incident taught the same lesson: never take security for granted. The screen goes black. The hum fades. A last whisper: the internet you know is only one layer. Defend the rest.